Shabbat Shalom! Today's Torah portion is called Chayei Sarah, which means the life of Sarah. Although, funny thing is, in this Torah portion, the first verse actually records her death. And Abraham mourns for her, and he buys a cave and a field in the land of Canaan. And so the cool thing is, the Torah records this. It's a historical document of Abraham purchasing land in the Promised Land. And this is a historical document that proves ownership of the land, and it's recorded for generations to come. What else happens in this Torah portion? Well, if you remember from last week, Abraham and Sarah had a baby, Isaac. And in this Torah portion, Isaac is already grown up and he goes to get married. Do you remember who he marries? Rebecca or Rivka, that's right. So what we see happening is the beginning of the family tree of Abraham. Do you know what a family tree is? Let's look at a tree. It has a big, thick trunk. Out of the trunk, branches grow, and then more branches grow out of them. The Jewish people are from the family tree of Abraham and Sarah. Out of them came Isaac, and he married Rebekah, and they had Jacob and Esau. Jacob married Rachel and Leah. From them came 12 sons who became the 12 tribes of Israel. We'll learn more about them in the next few weeks. And that's not all. The tree of faith of Abraham also includes branches that are grafted in. These are people who grew up on a different tree, but who wanted to be part of the tree of the faith of Abraham. They want to be part of God's family, so God grafts them in. Romans chapter 11 talks about the wild olive branches that are grafted into the natural olive tree. The branches represent people, Jews and Gentiles. Romans 4:16 says that Abraham is the father of many nations because of the faith that people place in his God. Now, Abraham started more than one tree. Remember that he had a son with Hagar? Do you remember his name? Ishmael, that's right. And now we come to the seventh aliyah of Chayei Sarah, the family tree of Ishmael. Genesis 25:12-15. Now these are the genealogies of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar, Sarah's Egyptian slave girl, bore to Abraham. These are the names of the sons of Ishmael, by their names according to their descendants. Ishmael's firstborn, Nebaioth, then Kedar, Abdil, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jeter, Naphish, and Kedem. These are Ishmael's sons, and these are their names, by their unwalled and walled settlements, 12 princes according to their clans. We know that the descendants of Abraham and Sarah's tree produced the Jewish people, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Jewish people are the descendants of the 12 sons of Jacob. Which people came from Abraham and Hagar's tree? Ishmael also had 12 sons. They settled from Havilah to Shur, which is east of Egypt as you go towards Syria. Let's look at a map. This is on the Arabian Peninsula. Who lives on the Arabian Peninsula? The Arabs, that's right. Today, most Arabs are Muslim because Islam has taken over most of the Middle East and many other parts of the world as well. Before Islam existed, some Arabs followed the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Some were Christian, some were Jewish, and some were Messianic Jews. Others were Zoroastrian, but most of the Arabs worshipped many gods. We call this polytheism, the worship of many gods. Yes, the jinn or genies, the moon, and a big black rock were involved with some of those religious practices. But today, most of these descendants are Muslim. The Bible tells everyone about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Bible tells everyone who the sons of Ishmael were and where they settled. Muslims believe that the Quran is a holy book. Do you think the Quran tells Arabs today about their family tree? It doesn't. Why do you think that is? Maybe the Bible is a historical document as well as a holy book, whereas the Quran is not. Or B, maybe the writer of the Quran didn't know. but the God of the Bible knows everything. Or C, maybe Allah doesn't care about people the same way that the God of the Bible cares about people. Or D, maybe the God of the Bible wants everyone to know that salvation is open to every single leaf of every single tree. Or E, maybe all of the above. What do you think the answer is? If someone from Ishmael's tree wanted to follow the God of Isaac's tree, could he or she do that? Yes. God can graft them in. They become like adopted sons and daughters. He cuts off wild branches and grafts them into his own family tree. Why does God do this? He does this because he loves us. He wants all of us to be part of his tree, the tree that is rooted in Yeshua the Messiah. As John says, whoever receives him, those trusting in his name, to these he gave the right to become children of God. They were born not of a bloodline, nor of human desire, nor of a man's will, but of God. John 1, verses 12 and 13. Do you want to be part of God's family tree? The book of Romans tells us that the natural branches can be broken off, and wild branches can be grafted in. The key to being part of God's family tree is faith in Yeshua, whether you're a natural branch or a wild branch. If we follow Yeshua, we are in him, and he is in us, and we are living branches fed by the root of Yeshua. Shabbat Shalom.